We're back on the record. Starting with case number 1, CEJ&K 2014-0001, Elaine M.P. Guerre, 845 Northwest 123rd Street. Officer Shanna Sanders.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a case for junk and debris that's located on the front end or rear of the property. I have not spoke to the property owner regarding this violation. I have spoke with the tenant who continues to say that the items are going to be removed. I am understanding they came into the office and spoke with Officer Kirsten. I think it was earlier this week and said that they were going to pay the tickets and everything for this fine. But as of today, some of the items have been removed, but some still remains. A lot still needs to be removed. I do have pictures if you would like to see. And as I'm passing them up, I am going to make sure to say that this is a non-homesteaded property with no life safety issues that were visible for me to see. The property was posted with proper service on March 24th. Let me pass up the pictures.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's on the sides and or rear of the property.
And these photographs were taken
This morning.
this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. It's a lot of junk,
Yes.
a lot of,
lot of items. Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right, and I don't want to read your file, but is that return service?
Yes, that you could go through the file. Yes, it's return service.
All right, for today's hearing?
Yes.
Looking at,
I hand delivered the notice to appear to the property owner, and the notice was mailed and return receipt was received back to the city.
all right, making sure I'm looking at the right. Well, the front of the property looks presentable.
Well, if you continue to look, I think a little bit further back, the house itself looks, decent, but there is some doors on the side of the house. There is some furniture on the sides. Those were the pictures that were posted. The ones that's further to the back are the ones that were taken the day of the posting on the 24th, and then the ones that's in the very front are the ones as of today.
God, actually, I think that the return service, you said Philomene Nicholas. I
Let
think
me
that's
see.
the lady that just left. It's the wrong card.
Let me see here.
Philomene Nicholas sounds like a case that I heard already.
Yes, I am showing that's for the one that just left. But I am showing that I posted the property, and upon looking at the notations, I am seeing that our clerk did mail out certified mailing on the 21st.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. I find that given proper notice, the homeowners have failed to appear. I find in favor of the city, I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $50 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Okay. Next case, item number 5, CEEXP 2013-00206, Emmanuel Michel, 1435 Northeast 136th Street. Officers Wayne Clark.
Mr. Clark?
Clark.
Oh,
Move along, Mr.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is property I had cited in reference to the exterior paint conditions on the property. And as I'm seeing here in the Miami-Dade property records, the property is not homesteaded. And I've talked to the owner. It was about a month ago in reference to it, and she said she was going to paint it, but to date, the exterior walls are the same. Submit the photos for the record.
I'm sorry, did you say you made contact or you?
Yeah, about a month ago on some other issues, and I did mention to her that to
The owner?
prep and paint, yes,
Right.
prep and paint the outside of the property, and I did tell her that she would be receiving a violation letter in reference to that. She even had my business card. I even asked the neighbors, have they seen her, because I haven't been able to catch up with her. But in any event, that's the way the home looks to date.
All right. So she's fully aware that she's in violation
Yes.
and that she has a court date today.
Yes.
All right. Based on the officer's unrebutted testimony and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find that the violation still exists. I find give it proper notice. The homeowners have failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $50 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Next case, item number 7, CEEXP 2014-00011, Flavie Celestine, 1395 Northeast 128th Street. Officers Vidal and Christie.
Vidal and Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. This is a new case in regards to the roof of the property. I have not made contact with the property owner. Certified mail was sent to the property. I have no return receipt. Notice for today's hearing was posted at the property on March 19th. The roof has improved somewhat which is what makes me aware that the homeowner is knowledgeable of the violation. She did have someone pressure clean the roof. However, now it's two-toned because she pressure cleaned the dirt but left it white, which it's a red roof. I do have pictures for the record.
Okay. Oh. Okay. When was this picture photograph taken?
Day before yesterday.
All right.
I did go by again today. There's no changes.
All right. Have you made contact with the homeowner?
No.
Can you go back?
No, I have not.
I'm sorry. Can you tell me again about notice?
Certified mail was sent on the 22nd, and notice for this hearing was posted at the property on the 19th.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find that the violation still exists. I find given proper notice, the homeowners have failed to appear. Hereby impose a daily fine amount of $25 per day with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Thank you.
Can I ask, Emmanuel Mitchell has 2 files, right?
One of them was dismissed due to compliance.
Okay.
Number 6.
I missed that. All right, thank you.
Ready?
Yes.
Item number 12, case number CEEXP 2014-00009, James Prevelis and wife Marie Rachel, 13270 Northeast 3rd Court. This is Officer Edmund Fitzell's case. Will be presented by Officer Clark.
Morning, Clark City, North Miami Code Compliance. This is case in reference to the exterior paint. He advised him to paint the fascia board in the front of the property. Did get proper service. The property was posted on March 19th. The property is not homesteaded. And also, I went by there today. and it's still in the same condition, and no improvements have been done to what was requested to be painted. I'd like to submit the photo for the record. There you can see where the arrows are depicting the area that was in need of paint.
Okay. Is that that one area?
Yes.
Have you had contact with the property owner?
No. I just, represent the case from Mr. Fisher when I went by today. I mean, nobody. It was a guy. It was two guys up under the carport, but they was not the owners of the property and whatnot.
Okay. About notice for today's hearing.
Yes, I said the property was posted on March 19th. And certified mail sent out also.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find in favor of the city. I find that given good notice, the homeowners have failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $25 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Next case, item number 13, case number CEMHO 2014-00015, Jesus Rodriguez, 1410 Northeast 132nd Road. Officers Wayne Clark.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is property in reference to the exterior main roof of the property that's in that's damaged and shows a blue tarp on the roof, covering the roof. The property was posted, and I do have the certified mail returned back to me, unclaimed. No one stays at the property. It's still in the prior owner's name for some reason or another, but on the property itself, it has a bank name. I even left. I know we're supposed to go by what's on Miami-Dade record, but being that I saw that posted on the property, I did call them and left several messages, but no one else returned my call in reference to the property at all. So to date, it's still the same, and I'd like to submit the photo for the record.
Okay.
I really don't know who owns the property.
All right. Reviewing photograph that was taken on 3/31/2014, and you indicated that you saw that bank information posted on the property, and you contacted them, and you haven't received any response, and you posted the property as part of standard procedure for the city.
March 21st.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. I find that based on proper notice, the property owner or owners have failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $50 per day with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Next case is item number 23, case number CEPFY 2014-00041, Nationwide Investment Firm Corp., 12010 Northwest 8th Avenue. Officer is Shanna Sanders.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a case for a vehicle that's parked on the front lawn. Upon doing my normal inspections on February 12th, I noticed two vehicles parked on the front lawn. I, at that time, left a courtesy letter and did not get a response. 7 days later, I went back on the 24th. The vehicle still remained. I then sent the letter sent 2 letters after that. As of today, the vehicle still remains, and I've had no contact with the property owners or any listing agents of the property. I have taken pictures this morning to show that the vehicle still remain. I do show that this is a non-homesteaded property with no visible life safety issues that I see. Just want to point out I did post the property with the notice to appear on March 24th, and I am showing that certified mailing was mailed out to the property owner on the 21st of March also. I do have pictures of the violation if you would like to see.
Yes, please.
I'll grab them.
All right, I'm reviewing photographs that were taken on today's date. Okay, based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find that given proper notice, the homeowner has failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $25 per day with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Next case is item number 25, case number CEBLR 2014-00004, Nestor Gonzalez, 1275 Northeast 127th Street. Officer is Vidalyn Christie.
Vidalyn Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. This is a new case in regards to placing the building address on the property. I cited the property back in January. As it is a vacant property, I have given additional time to make contact with both the bank representative and the listed owner of the property. I have made contact with, or no one has responded to any correspondence. The property was posted with notice to appear at the hearing on the 19th. Certified mail was sent out on the 21st. And I do have pictures for the record, as nothing has changed at the property.
Reviewing photographs that were taken on today's date, 4/2/2014. Okay. Looks abandoned. It's abandoned?
Kind of, sort of. The bank still sends people there to cut the lawn and do the additional fixer-up.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find given proper notice, the homeowner has failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $25 per day with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
Yeah. Next case is item number 33, case number CEXP 2014, Ruben Varela, 2375 Arch Creek Drive. Officers Alan Graham.
Again, for the record, Alan Graham, Code Enforcement Officer, City of North Miami. The property owner is not present today. I do have an affidavit of service for posting of the property with the notice to appear, which is posted on the property on March 19th. I also have a domestic return receipt card from the post office for the notice to appear.
All right, reviewing the signature card and affidavit of service.
All right. On January 24th, 2014, I inspected the property at 2375 Arch Creek Drive in the city of North Miami. I noticed that the property is owned by Ruben Varela, ownership determined by a check of the Dade County property records. As I passed the house, I noticed that the garage door had an area where the paint had already peeled off. There was nobody at the property, so I left a courtesy a letter at the property indicating that I would reinspect on February 6th. On February 7th, I returned to the property and found that the bare area on the garage door still needed to be repainted. I have photographs which I'd like to introduce at this time.
Reviewing photographs that were taken on, when were these taken?
On my return trip on in February.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Do we have any?
No, that was when I issued the citation. And the notice of violation was on February 7th. That's when I took the photograph.
February 7th?
February 7th.
Okay.
I had delivered a courtesy notice prior on January 24th.
Mm-hmm. You don't have any recent photos? Have you been back?
I was at the property again this afternoon. It's in the exact same condition.
Okay.
There's nothing has changed. Property is still vacant.
Okay.
This being a new case, since I cited them to go ahead and to repaint the bare area on the garage door and having no contact from the property owner, I'm bringing this case for adjudication.
Thank you, sir. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find given proper notice, the property owner has failed to appear. Based on that information, I impose a daily fine amount of $25 with the abatement date of May 6, 2014.
The next case, item 31, Ricardo McFarland, CEFAW 2013-00066 at 511 Northeast 134th Street. Wayne Clark. It's Edmund's case.
Take it easy. Slow it down. Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is a case that I'm representing Officer Fitzell, who is out at the moment on previous compliance. To date, I went by and inspected the property, I'm sorry, and it's still in the same condition. Seems to be a vacant property. I'd like to submit the current photo for the record.
Thank you. Yes. And remind me, what am I looking at and what are the violations? Thank you. Can you just state for the record what the violation is?
Yes, it's a fence in need of new paint.
Okay, now I understand. All right, and these photographs, I'm looking at photographs that were taken back in March and photographs that were taken recently, actually today, and it's in the same condition. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm going to need you to mention notice for the record again, please.
Yes, Mr. Fitzell posted the property on March 19th, 2:05 p.m. Property does have proper service.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that given proper notice, the homeowners have failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, impose a daily fine amount of $25 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014. I just noticed, it's right in front of me, a guilty notice. Okay, so I have, it has already been adjudicated. It helps to remind the special magistrate that, you know, it's already been adjudicated, so we don't waste too much time on this.
Just a fill-in guy.
This matter has already been adjudicated, and therefore I find that the violation still exists. I hereby, the daily fine amount of $25 is hereby ratified.
The next case, SRP Sub LLC, case number 36, CEFAW 2014-00009. Wayne Clark is the officer.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is the violation in reference to a dilapidated, partially dilapidated part of the gate that's damaged. The property has been properly served, being that I do have the certified card back returned to us unclaimed. And also, the property was posted on March 19th, 11:05 a.m. I'd like to submit the photos for the record showing the damaged area of the fence, and I have not received any contact from the property owner.
All right, reviewing photograph that was taken on 3/31/2014.
Right down.
All right, and you said the property was posted on 3/19, even though I see that one of the letters were returned. All right, based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that given proper notice, the homeowner has failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, imposing a daily fine amount of $25 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
The next case is item number 37, SRP Sub LLC, case number CEIVY 2014-00037. Wayne Clark is the officer.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This property was posted on Sunday, March 19th, 2013, 11:05 a.m. Proper service is reference to the certified mailing. It was returned. Undeliverable. I'd like to submit the photo for the record of the inoperable vehicle that is depicted on the property. And again, nobody has responded to any mailings and letters sent at the property.
I'm reviewing a photograph that was taken on 3/31/14, and it's in the same condition today.
Yes.
Okay.
I was out there today, this morning.
All right. You haven't made contact with the property owner?
Now, the property owner, I believe, is in, I've talked to them in the past. As you can see, it's an LLC company, an investment company that owns the property. But it's a tenant that stays there, and that is, you know, his truck. And I haven't even been able to contact him lately for some reason or another.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that given proper notice, the property owner has failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, impose a daily fine amount of $50 with an abatement date, May 6, 2014.
The next case is item number 40, Wells Fargo Bank, CEAPR 2014-00003. Wayne Clark is the officer.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is a property that is vacant / abandoned. It was posted on March 19, 2014, for failure to register the bank contact information with the city. To date, I haven't had no contact from the bank or any of its representatives. Also, I do have a certified green card returned to me with a stamp on it that's not legible. So obviously somebody received notification, but to date they have not registered the property with the proper information for contact for the city. And in this case, it does not, I guess, require a photo. It just requires a registration of the property.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find that the violation does exist. I find that given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. I hereby impose a daily fine amount of $50 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
The next item is item number 41, Wells Fargo Bank. Case number CEAPV 2014-00001. Wayne Clark is the officer.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami, code compliance again. The same property. This is reference to the actually what it is the abandoned property has several violations. So what we do is we put all those violations on the abandoned property under one list for requirements to correct any violations listed. I do have a certified card returned back, being that it had proper service, and I am able to read this stamp, which shows that they did get proper service. I think it's Earl Hill, if I'm not mistaken, who stamped this is, so they did get proper notification. Said before, it's not a homesteaded property. It's a foreclosed property. And I'd like to submit the photo for the record depicting the broken fence, the junk on the property, property unsecure, and the list goes on and on.
I am reviewing photographs that were taken on March 31st, 2014, depicting the violations that the officer have listed. And is this in the same condition today as when those photographs were taken?
Yes.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, impose a daily fine amount of $100 with an abatement date of May 6, 2014.
The next case is item number 42, CEIVY 2014-00017, Yolanda Concepcion. Officer Alan Graham. You're done.
Good evening again. Alan Graham, City of North Miami Police Department, Code Enforcement. I have been sworn. This case is against Yolanda Concepcion, who is not present in the courtroom. Accordingly, I have an affidavit of service that I posted at the property for notice to appear for this evening. I posted this at the property on March 19th at 11:30 a.m.
Thank you. Reviewing the affidavit of service.
And the notice to appear that was mailed was returned to us as unclaimed due to the vacancy of the property.
Okay.
Okay, this case was presented to Your Honor on March 6th, at which time you found in favor of the city and that the property that had several vehicles on the property that were inoperable and you ruled that you found in favor of the city and set a fine amount of $50 a day if they were out of compliance. I was at the property today, this afternoon, and the vehicles are in the exact same position as they were on March 6th when you first heard the case. There's been no compliance. The property is still vacant. I've had no contact from the property owner. The city's recommending that you ratify the fine at this hearing.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find that the violation still exists. I hereby ratify the fine amount of $50 per day.
The next case and the last case on the agenda is item number 43, Yolanda Concepcion, case number CEPFY 2014-00032, Officer Alan Graham.
Thank you.
Thank you for the delicious cookie. You didn't know that I took from your office in February. I think it was delicious.
Anytime.
I don't know where you got those things from.
Okay.
Your Honor, this case is parking on the front yard against Yolanda Concepcion at 1900 Keystone Boulevard. Ms. Concepcion is not in the courtroom at this time. I did post the property with an affidavit of service for notice to appear, as we did mail a similar notice to appear, which came back unclaimed. I posted the notice to appear on March 21st, 2014 at 1:09 p.m.
Reviewing the affidavit of service.
This case was adjudicated by you on and brought before you and adjudicated on March 6th, at which time you found in favor of the city that the silver four-door Mercedes car was parked on the grass in violation of city code. I was at the property again today. It is in the exact same position as it was on March 6th when I presented the case. So the city at this time is asking for the fine of $50 a day to be ratified.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the officer, I find that the violation still exists. The daily fine amount of $50 is hereby ratified. That concludes our. All right, so adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks.